everybody, and welcome to the Weatherboys podcast. I am Derek Kevra. That is Alan Longstreet. And together we make up the Weatherboys. Welcome to the podcast. And Alan, welcome to you.
I'm ready for a divorce. Weatherboy divorce.
Holy cow.
What have you been doing today? This morning.
Oh, wow.
What have you been doing?
Oof. You're
What have
hitting
you
me
been?
hard right off the bat.
What have you been up to?
All right, so here's what happened. Right before we sat down, Alan said, because I worked the early show today, I left and I went home. I came back. Alan said, what did you do?
Hey, man, what's going on? How you doing, buddy? And it's me and our pal Stephanie Mead, fellow meteorologist. We're like, hey, yeah, what's going on, man? So good to see you. How have you been? We've missed you. Yeah, you look really good. You had a nice morning. And we're telling him, we're like, what? People talk to each other, and like one person speaks, the other person responds, and then you kind of give a little. And
I responded,
and we're like, "Yeah, what'd you?" And he's like, "I was just, what'd you do? What'd you do this morning? Did you take a nap? Yeah, you look nice and didn't nap." And we kept asking him normal questions, and he kept being like, "Nope, didn't do it. Can't tell you." He won't tell us where he was or what he did.
I responded with, I had some important things to do.
Oh, that's right. That's what he said. That's the worst part. Not only didn't do anything, I was some very important things to do. Doing some paperwork and some things that you can't know about.
So naturally, Alan's response is like, well, what did you do? And it was at that moment that I realized that if I don't tell him what I did, this is going to be more interesting to me than if I tell him, because he's going to get all worked up, which clearly it has worked.
To be clear, it was Stephanie first.
Yeah.
She was the one first.
Well, who's worked up now?
Oh, I am. I absolutely am. I want to flip this table over and cut your hair off. All of it. Leave one little stripe, and it's going to be a stupid-looking stripe, too. Not one of those cool things.
Do you want to know what I did?
That's why I asked you 17 times.
I did some very important things. That's what I did.
Cut his mic off. Cut it off, producer. Cut it off.
Well, now at this point, it's dumb. None of it is that exciting, but it's better now because you're all worked up. You need to know what I did. And now I'm not going to tell you.
I'm not coming to your funeral anymore. I'm just telling you how important the divide is.
He starts the show off with, I want a divorce. That's how the show started.
Yeah.
Oh, that hurts my feelings.
Oh, does it? Well, good. I'm glad you now know the pain that I feel.
So we got a new toy in the weather office. Thanks to Alan.
Oh, yes, we did.
He purchased us a brand new toy, which has already evolved a little bit through the office. Tell the listeners what it is.
It's a basketball hoop. It's one of those basketball hoops that you put on a door. But like it's a little janky. Got it from Amazon. Maybe that was my first mistake. It feels solid, but then the way it's constructed, you can't actually hang it over a door and shut the door. And the doors in the weather. We got a lot of kitschy things in there, so there's a lot of potential breakage. Mm-hmm. And so there's no good spot for it. So then stagehand, I think Bobby and Vito.
I don't know who it was.
I had Bobby and Vito. They put it on a tripod and zipped the tripod up. So now it's like a 5-foot hoop.
Yeah, it's a freestanding basketball hoop now.
So it's nice. It's fun. I played first game of official pig today. I'm 1-0. Actually, just kidding. Wouldn't you like to know who won? I'm not going to tell you.
That's fine. I love you no matter what. So I don't need to know every single thing.
Well, my love is conditional. So.
It's you're right though that there's a lot of stuff in there that can break, and we do have a habit of breaking things in that office.
Did we ever discuss this?
No.
What did I do? How did I do? What did I throw? I threw something. We were doing a skit of sorts, I believe.
I remember exactly what it was.
Well, you tell that part then. Yeah.
It was the tease for the medieval. Yes. It was the tease for the medieval fighting Weatherboys piece that aired, and we wanted to make it this thing where like. We weren't allowed to show the clip, because truly we weren't. Our manager said you're not allowed to show that one tease that you recorded because it was too violent. Yeah, because Derek took an axe to the back of the head.
Yeah.
Probably got a concussion. Yeah. Kept going because that's what we do.
Now you can't even remember what you did this morning.
Alan says Weatherboys can't back down. So I couldn't. So in the middle of the skit, we had the photographer say we're not allowed to show it. And we were supposed to get angry. Yeah. And you... in full character, you got angry and you threw some item across the room and you broke one of Lori Pinson's pictures.
Not only one of her pictures, I broke like a beautiful original picture from her wedding. Like her and her husband like holding hands, and they have a beautiful relationship, by the way. And they're looking at each other's eyes, and it was funny because it shattered right down the middle like a broken heart. It was a very, But I got a new one, and we're good.
The picture itself wasn't damaged, just the frame.
No, just the frame, just the glass. And I got the glass. The frame is still there. It's not even a new frame. I got it reglassed.
Now, that's not like a metaphor for your love life, was it? Like you needed to break someone else's love because...
No, that was during divorce.
That's why I'm asking.
During divorce days.
You were kind of going through some stuff.
No,
so.
I didn't need to bring anybody down with me. That was not me. No, I was all about lifting. I am team love, team marriage. You do
as long as you tell them everything you've done through the day. Then you're.
Well, yeah. This is for everybody, but you.
Yeah,
Derek.
Did I tell you what I did when?
Probably didn't. I'll bet you didn't. That's my guess.
Speaking of basketball hoops, did I tell you that I recovered one from garbage day?
You told us that story. It took 48 minutes. You told us that story.
But did I tell you what I did with the net?
You thought you bought something new and it was a net.
Yeah.
You thought it was a backboard and it was a net. Did you fix that yet? Have you gotten the right part? You ordered
yes. So I went on Amazon to buy a new rim.
Yes,
because the rim had busted with a windstorm knocked it over, as they always do. And I went on Amazon to buy I just typed in basketball net, I think, or basketball hoop, I think, maybe what I typed. And it led me to this. It had 4.9 stars. And I was like, well, this must be a really good option. And it's significantly cheaper than everything else.
Let's talk specifics. How much did you think this hoop was?
Well, every other hoop was $60. This was I think 10 or 15.
Oh, and you thought you found
I don't know why.
You cracked the case.
I do not know why.
I figured it out.
It was, well, you know what? I'm pretty sure I know what it was. Probably had a beer or two, hanging out with the neighbors, and I was like, well, hold on, boys, let me order this real quick.
We're about to do some dunking.
So I bought what I thought was the hoop. Turns out I just bought a net. So I bought a $15 basketball net.
Very expensive, actually.
Yeah. And then I was like, well, I'm definitely taking this back. I did order the right rim. As I'm installing the rim, I look at the net that came with the rim, and I was like, this is kind of crappy. I think I'm going to keep the nice one.
Good. Well, that's good. That's good.
So, yeah, we're just surrounded by new basketball hoops these days.
That's fantastic. Yeah, we like to play with the ball games.
All right, we are going to introduce our guest. We're very excited for our guest today. Today's guest is
1 to 10. How excited?
Probably. You know what? I can't tell you. I'll tell you later.
Okay. All right, great.
See, I'm keeping the joke going.
It's because he doesn't like you.
I'm very excited. A 10. Today's guest is Kerry Doman, the founder of Little Guide Detroit, and also a mom of 3. What started as her way of finding fun, family-friendly things to do became one of Metro Detroit's most trusted resources for parents. Kerry has built a platform that not only highlights the best events and activities around town, but also reflects the realities of raising kids and trying to make the most out of family time. She is an entrepreneur, a community builder, and a parent navigating all of it together. Today, we're going to dive in with how she turned this idea into a business, what parenthood has taught her along the way, and all the ways that Little Guide continues to help families create memories. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Weatherboys podcast, Kerry Doman.
Yay!
Hello.
Kerry.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing today?
I'm surviving, as we all are. All parents in week 2, 3, whatever it may be of school.
Sounds like some school situations have arisen already.
Already.
Yeah? 3 kids. What are the ages of the 3 children?
We have 9, almost 7, and 4.
Well, yeah, okay.
Wow, so we're living similar lives because I've got 9 and 7, but I don't have the 4.
Yeah.
So what inspired?
Maybe that's what he was doing.
I like that.
Actually,
His wife would be very upset if she told him.
Because it would have to be with someone else. Because she's
Alan. Well, Alan would know that if that was what I was doing, that I would have told him.
Okay. And I don't want to spread rumors.
I would have been very clear. I would have been proud. I would have been excited. A little afternoon delight. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Husband and wife.
No.
Right. Yeah.
So what inspired you to be insane and have a 3rd kid that far away from the other 2?
Yeah. It felt like it too. I don't even think a year or 2, even after from 1 to 2, but definitely to 3, I was like in the hospital, like, I don't know what I'm doing. And they're like, isn't it your 3rd? I was like, no, you just blank everything.
Right, like the baby. You were once a pro at the baby phase, and then you forget it all.
100%.
Yeah, totally.
When you're done with everything, especially now with 3 and we're done, I'm just the minute they are done with it. Even if they're not done with it, I'm like, you're officially done with this. I want this out of my house.
My kids asked me to swaddle their babies, toy babies, okay? And I forget completely. I was the swaddle king. Like these skills, I have you're right. It's blacked out.
Gone.
Well, it is interesting because when I had my first one, my mom said, if you're going to have any more, have them close together. And I said, no, I want 5 years apart. Because I was like, if the baby's melting down, I want a kid who's old enough to understand, hey, we're in a crisis. Can you go turn on the TV and watch yourself? And my mom said, no. She's like, once you get rid of that changing table, you are not going to want to bring a new changing table in the house. Once you're out of diapers, you're not going to want to go back to diapers, not to mention they play with each other and et cetera. And so that had to be a tough adjustment back to all that stuff.
It is. But honestly, she's a COVID baby. Like in COVID, we're like, well, what else are we going to do? So here we go. But and we have 2 boys, and then, we got the girl, and, but it is interesting. Back to back was hard in those years, but now, yes, those 2 are thick as thieves. And then she's just trying to keep up with them.
So how is the transition back to school going?
It's not bad. Fortunately for me, my 4-year-old, my youngest, this is her first year going 5 full days, which I was a little worried about. But she is a champ. She's Miss Social, loves everything about it. She's at her brother's school now. So she is all in. So I think that helps so much, because it's usually the youngest, the first ones going, or the first timers going, that they're the ones melting down or having an issue. But she just scoots right on to school, and she'd beat everyone there if she could.
So 1 out of 3 is good. The other 2,
1 out of 3.
Do they want to go?
My oldest is such a good, he's type A perfectionist, type oldest, right? And my middle, he's the one that's if I keep asking you, if I don't, do I have to go to school today? If I keep asking, will you one day say no? That's his mentality, which has not worked thus far, but he is persistent.
But it's 7-year-olds, I think you're out of the tantrum phase usually, but 7-year-olds could still pitch a fit.
Yeah.
These are just requests, because a request is different than it's not like he hates it. And you got to drag him kicking and screaming. It's okay.
Exactly. And the reality is, if we're getting real here, the tantrums, part of the adjustment and part of them building up their stamina is after school. The tantrum, they are perfect. They are on at school. And so that is part of the adjustment, is when they come home, they just absolutely lose their ever-loving mind. I don't know if you can swear on here, but they lose their shit.
Yeah, that's been my life, because my son has had a hard time. He's in 2nd grade now.
Yeah.
And he is independent. He makes friends easily. But the first 2 weeks of going back to school, honestly, I thought it was going to be a day or 2, and then he was going to get it. It's been 2 weeks where you can tell things. You're like, this isn't really who you are, but you're being a jerk.
It's Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
Honestly. And then when they snap out of it, but they just need to lose their mind for they're home, they're comfortable, but it is part of it. Happened with our first. We're still in it with our second, our third. Yeah.
How do you not lose it on them? Because I did that last week and I felt awful.
I'm not saying I don't.
Okay.
Would never claim that. But no, it's very hard. And honestly, I give them space. Everyone's just aware of it. I think now it's not a surprise anymore. We have someone that helps after school, and I told her this is the first year after school that she's helping. And I'm like, just be aware this is coming down the pipeline. And here's some tools. We all take our breaths, lots of breaths going on, and lots of slamming doors in the room. Just take a minute by yourself.
Right, quick. Are those breaths for you or for them?
Both. I'm fully doing it too.
But your kids listen to that? Because I would Mike, when they get into this zone of meltdown for whatever reason, the last thing they want to do is listen to me. Even if I'm trying to give them coping strategies, because I get the power of breath, that helps, but how do you get that to work in the moment? Because I have not figured that out.
We work really well, and we have a lot of resources, thankfully, through Little Guide that I use. Not that Little Guide is. We have never claimed to be we're
child psychology.
Yeah. We're not perfect. That's not our shtick. We'll tell you where to go when you need to get out of the house with your kids,
sure.
Right? But fortunately, we have these tools, and I try very hard to I'll sit there and I will be. I was telling our nanny, I was like, I am so intentional about my breaths. I'll sit down on the floor with him and crisscross applesauce. We sit. He faces me, and I'm just there's no denying that that's what we're doing in this moment. And then I'll yell, he'll be like, and I'm like, no, that is not what we're doing. I'm just very clear, no, don't do that. The tools, use them. And it takes a little bit of time, but eventually, but I'm like to the point where my nose like is like it hurts. It's like stinging, you know, when you're running outside in the cold, it's stinging because I'm being so obvious with it. But yeah, I mean, we're trying. But by no means am I the breath master here or like calm one. Not at all. I'll put them outside too and just be like, hey, I don't mind if you cry, but it's not happening.
Dude, outside kids are way better than inside kids.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
is the truth.
Yeah, they had that figured out in the 80s and 90s where it was just moms saying, get out of the house.
Yeah.
Go play outside, not in here. I find that just talking about parenting with other parents that are going through it helps, especially when you screw up. I screwed up last week and I came into work and I felt like garbage. I felt like just a total asshole because it was during school. I know what happened. I know my son was just overwhelmed.
Yeah.
All those feelings. He was tired. And it was just a slow chip away at every ounce of patience that I had. And it was medium things, mostly small things. And then it just happened at the end of the night. And I was like, I'm 10 minutes away from making it. Go upstairs and brush your teeth and put your pajamas on.
Yeah.
And I go up and they're goofing in the hallway on his back, feet up on the wall. And I said, what are you doing? Go brush your teeth. I said it. I've already said it. Took me 3 times. I said it the 3rd time and I snapped.
Yeah.
And I lost it. And you know, as a parent, when you screwed up, when you can see it in their eyes, and kids will show it to you in their eyes right away when it's different than, oh, dad's just yelling. And it's, I'm scared of what's happening right now.
Yeah.
And immediately you feel like just a big piece of shit.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt. And I came into work, got no sleep that night. And the first person I talked to about it was Alan. And it was the best thing I could have done because he didn't try to tell me I was right. He didn't try to tell me that, like, well, maybe he deserved it. All he said was, dude, that is the worst feeling as a parent. Totally. And I've been there. And the good thing about kids is they will get over it.
Yeah. I am not above, like, because I am a yeller. I will fully, like, I yell. But I am also, like, I love hard on my kids. But they know I'm tough. I am a tough mom. But they know I love, that, like, that there's nothing but love and it's coming from love. But I am taking the cues of like, hey, I made a mistake. Like that was that. Mom needed to take a minute. Mom needed to take her breath. So, you know, I'm trying to teach them show them what I'm trying to teach them. Like, whoa, yeah, that was not the way to handle that. And from little things, like I turned around and I thought something else happened, you know, because it generally is one thing, right? Like someone hit someone. And I'm like, I get real fired up. And then they're like, no, it didn't happen like that. And I was like, okay, well, this, I was like, okay, good. Thank you. Well, then I'm sorry. I jumped to conclusions. So that happened the other day too, where you're like, I'm sorry. I jumped to conclusions. But I totally get that. And anyone that doesn't, I have no time for that. Like any parent that's like, oh, I'm perfect. And I don't yell at my kids.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, there's no way.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, all you want to know is that like you're not screwing your kid up. I would think about my kids and their, negative behaviors or poor behavior, whatever behavior that I don't want. Like, I just want to know, is that normal and will it go away in time? Because if so, then I can totally handle this.
Yeah.
The story that we tell in our head, like my kid acts in this way, therefore they're going to be a serial killer one day, right? That's when it gets real tricky.
I mean, my goal is just to raise good humans, and I tell them that. And I tried myself to be a good mom and a good human. So, but we're human and we have faults, and it's hard, and they are hard. Kids are hard.
It's so interesting when you have kids, how like your patience can be zero and they can be trying to stall at bedtime and you can be like, I'm leaving, and you shut the door, and then within 5 minutes they fall asleep. And then something happens in our brains where we like watch them sleep and we're like, oh,
I love them.
I love them so much. And 5 minutes earlier you were like, I want to strangle you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to bed.
And the sad thing for me is like my kids, like they play so hard and sometimes just their joy is obnoxious. And I know that sounds bad, but I just mean like I'm just tired and you're loud. And I'm not mad at you for it, but can you please do that over there? So the set, like, And at the end of the day, I'm like, it is a shame. Like, why can't I just have that joy that they're always so happy, except for when they're not. But even when they are, yeah, it's just loud and abrasive sometimes.
There's a lot of reminders that we tell ourselves as parents too. For example, when our kids are like, "Hey, can you play with me? Hey, can you do this? Can you do that?" And we're like, "No, I got to fold the laundry. Yeah. I got to get started on dinner. By the way, somebody just spilled a thing of orange juice. I got to clean that up." And they're like, "Oh, can you come play soccer with me?" And I remind myself every day that this will not happen probably sooner than I want it to. And I need to turn off the no for that and say, sure, yeah, we'll eat dinner late. No problem. I'll start making late. I'll come play for even 20 minutes. Because one day...
but then you eat dinner late and then you go to bed late. And then it's like, you know what's coming down the pipeline. And you're like, I'm just trying to mitigate this, but... Yeah, and then they go to bed and you're doom scrolling, and it's like, you only have 18 summers left with your kids.
I know.
Or when you say no, all this stuff that makes you feel terrible. But it's in the moment, you're also like, I do need to get all of this stuff done.
Yeah, because it's not going to do itself. Nobody else is coming in to do it.
No.
So you got to do it, and then the internet is a really good bully to tell us we're doing it wrong and that we suck, and then, yeah.
Yeah. They'll be fine, though. If we care enough to be talking about this, we're all doing fine.
I like that.
I keep telling myself that.
Yeah, and I honestly, literally, I do think that I made the joke, like, outdoor kids are better than indoor kids, but I mean, it's just true. And like, not only like outside of the house, but like outside doing different things. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've used your guide to get out. Like, I mean, my kids are 9 and the twins are 10 and 7. So yeah, you have 3 kids, 3 and under, man. You just have to get out of the house, change things up. It is so hard in that same area over time.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we're so grateful for the community that we've built at Little Guide. But ultimately, we're all moms running it, and we're, every week or every day really, but in our weekly meeting, we're all just like, what are you dealing with? Who's dealing with what? And sometimes it's personal. Last week we were talking about like, I gave advice of, it just so happened that I happened to do this, and one of them brought something up like this, and I was like, she goes, "Oh, my daughter doesn't tell me anything when they get in the car." And I was like, well, yeah, we all know that. We've all seen that. Like, don't ask them how your day was. They're never going to tell you. I go, well, they always want to stall at night. So I talk to my kids at night when I'm putting them to bed. I'll say, hey, do you want to go to bed or do you want to tell me about your day? And she's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, because she loves that game of like, she's stalling. I was like, well, have her tell you the stories then, and hopefully she'll open up. So like, we go through personal stuff, but then we're like, what do you want? What do you need? And as you said, like with all the different ages too, you're going through different things, from when you have babies to as they get older. So yeah, it keeps us busy, all of us.
Let's get into Little Guide Detroit. Yeah. I want to know the story behind it. I want to know how you started it and how you grew it to be this monster, the tool that it is right now.
Yeah, so it really came from my oldest, who is 9. So it was after I had him. At the time, we were living downtown Detroit. And at that time, we just, we didn't have a lot of friends that had kids around us. So we ourselves were grappling with what to do. And there's a lot especially in this area, I feel like there's a lot of like keeping up with the Joneses. Like, oh, you're in swim classes already? They're 2 weeks old.
Sure,
You're like, wait, what?
Right. It's after Mandarin.
Yes, Mandarin and gymnastics. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, so everyone's doing something, but it was a combination. It was a true, genuine combination of living downtown Detroit where, any resource that existed they weren't covering the city of Detroit. And then secondly, just being like, no, but genuinely, I don't know what to do with this child. And third, like building your own community, meeting other parents, other moms, and getting out there and not only introducing your child, but having that for yourself too. So that's where it started. And then it just kind of snowballed into, like I said, the beauty of what we do is that it's genuinely positive. We're not giving parenting advice. We're just helping you get out of the house and do fun things and create memorable experiences with your kids. And so everyone, they're so amazing when we post something. They're like, oh, the bathroom is closed right now. Just know that. Sure. Or like, hey, the parking lot is being repaved. Like, moms especially, but dads too. Like I always kind of load when people are like, oh, it's a mommy blog. I'm like, no, my husband needs to feel comfortable on Little Guide because he needs to take the kids out too sometimes. So
it doesn't feel overtly feminine to me. It doesn't.
That's not and that's, I should say, that is our goal, where it's like, it's opened up. And the reality is we have, yes, moms, dads, lots of grandparents, and then, of course, caretakers. So, but yeah, grandparents are a huge demographic for us, too.
So it started 9 years ago. You said kind of around your first kid.
Obviously, when I came up with it, but I would say, 7.5, 8 years ago.
So you're like, I'm gonna put this into a website.
Yeah.
Or did it start small? Like, we'll just post it on Facebook.
And it started as a website because it was I don't know if you remember this or if you were around the area, but I had originally started After 5 Detroit. That was a website and a go-to resource for young professionals to find out what to do, where to go throughout Metro Detroit. So that was my background. And that's what I was still running that. And we had been doing a lot of programming with the downtown corporate community to engage their young professionals. It was all about attracting, retaining top young talent in Metro Detroit by way of showing them the vibrant lifestyle that was here. So that's what I was doing and had been doing for several years. So it was kind of just like this jumping start, or like a starting point for me to then translate it into Little Guide, of like, take exactly what I had been doing and just make it better and make it a different demographic, really. And so it really just followed the trajectory of my personal life, from going from a young professional to a mom.
Right. So then in 10 years, 15 years, it's going to be Roth IRAs and 401ks.
Exactly. A lot of people used to ask me for the before 5, because it used to be after 5, and they're like, can you start the before 5?
Right.
I just have to thank you, because those kids, when they were little, having twins and that, you saved my life. Having and it's all free. It feels wrong. All this information, you're just putting it right there in front of me and giving me ideas. Man, those were dark times, and a little light to get out. That is a
Thank you. Because we were in it too. We have similar ages, and so I think, we're all in it. And it's just, how do we get out? How do we get a little motivation to explore? Because it's also a lot to pack everything up and get out. But if you're like, this looks cool, I trust Little Guide, they're telling me some place to go. And we hold that very true. If it's not a place that we're going to go, we won't talk badly about it. That's not who we are. We just won't feature. It's everything on there from day one has been would I go with my kids? Is this something I would go to?
So do you go and check them all out before you write about them on the website?
Yeah, we try to get to a lot, or we try to use feedback from the community a lot. And again, now it's a lot of people feed us a lot of content
it must
and
get
give
to
us
that
the
point.
Details. But we have an amazing team of, it just so happens to be an amazing team of women and moms.
And they're all named Kerry, I think.
And they're all, actually, two of us.
Kerry with a K.
Kerry with a K. I'm Kerry with a K. We have Kerry with a C, who's been my right-hand woman from day one, basically. And then we have an amazing team, not named Kerry, but also amazing team. And again, we try to get to a lot, but and we do. I would say we get to a lot.
But you mentioned motivation, but you have to have more than motivation, because some of these places are pay to get in, and those places will advertise, but a lot of the places are not. You know, whether parks or various things, and they're not going to advertise. So if you're not from, I'm not from here. I don't have any family here. I've got a friend who won't even tell me what he did this morning. So I was in it all on our own. And it was just such a great guide to have those free, because days are long sometimes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's just, and it's all specific, what works for me, for you, for him, for her. And so it's just nice to have all those options, man.
We do try to cover the greater Metro Detroit area, and we do emphasize free, because kids are expensive on their own. Doing absolutely nothing with them, kids are expensive. So just trying to be approachable for everyone, have something for everyone in all areas of Metro Detroit and beyond. Actually, we have a lot of details that we share in Flint or East Lansing or Grand Rapids. And so, there's a lot to do. It's just, what are you going to do? When do you want to do it? And start planning for it.
Well, now that we're coming out of summer, I feel like the website, Little Guide Detroit, is so valuable at different times of the year for different reasons. So like in the summer, it's outdoor activities.
Yeah.
Summer, it's summer vacation, but it's outdoor activities. Now we're in the fall. We're starting to get into the winter. Most of the things are going to be inside.
We're full on cider mill season, pumpkins, all the things, Halloween. But yeah, there's no downtime with Little Guide. That's the thing. It's like you think, oh, winter, you're like, that's actually when we work the hardest, because we are working hard right now because everyone has a Halloween event, right? So we're getting those on the website. Everyone has a trunk or treat nowadays. So we're getting all of that on the website, and we're trying to cut it up in different ways for you to digest the content. But in the winter, we're trying really hard to figure out what to do. Like, we're just as much as you are, we're trying to create the content. So yeah, we always love when places open in the winter. It gives us a nice little boost.
Can I grill you with the hard questions now?
Of course.
The questions I'm kind of interested in. This all starts, you've got this website, you're building it, you're posting content.
Yeah.
At some point, you're making money.
Yeah.
I mean, you're like, it's your business.
Mm-hmm.
You're a businesswoman. Mm-hmm. And this is enough to sustain 2 full-time employees and then 3 other people as well?
Yeah. We have built a great business, and I'm very proud of it. Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing is keeping your employees and being able to keep them happy and yeah. So I think it's a combination. One, you have to make it a business, and a lot of people like, oh, is this your full-time job? And that's just my favorite question ever. But it is. I mean, it's always meant to be, and that's why I'm like, it's again back to the mommy bloggy thing. It's like, this isn't a hobby. This is our jobs, and we all take it very seriously. Whether whether you're there and from one of our team members that may work from home on her time, and to Kerry, who works full time, it's like, and myself, who works full time. Yeah, we have great partners and sponsors and advertisers that believe in what we do and know that our reach and engagement is unmatched. If you are looking to hit families, and not only families, but parents like us, anywhere from 25 to 45, if you're like, and beyond, I'd hate to say it, but I'm getting closer to that 45. So let's say 25 to 50. If you're looking to hit that demographic of men and women in that age range, we have them, because they're most likely going to have kids in the age range that fit Little Guide. So it doesn't have to be family specific. It can be like banking, right? Like we're all trying to afford these kids and pay for college, like save for college, and 401ks, like all this stuff that all of a sudden we're the adults, we're the parents, and we're the adults, and you're like, wouldn't that script flip? But now I need to know how to do this and what I'm doing. So it's finding those partners. Beyond just your standard, like not standard, but just like are really good, I'll say obvious partners, Detroit Zoo, Legoland, the Henry Ford, the destinations that you would think that, they support Little Guide, and that's phenomenal. But now we're looking as a businesswoman, now I'm looking at the next level of like, okay, who is targeting men and women of this age range? And how can we help you be a channel to reach them?
Do you ever, because now you are at a point where things, organizations, they'll come to you, and they'll say, "Oh, we just opened this new fill in the blank." Mm-hmm. How do you handle it when you're like, "That's not us. This is not a thing we're going to highlight"? Because as a businesswoman, you don't want to be rude.
Yeah.
But you are running a business.
Yeah. No, we are very open and honest, and have those, very just genuine conversations where it's like, hey, this doesn't fit us. But then there are other opportunities where we're like, hey, we have other people that we know that do something similar or whatever. Like this might fit well with them. I love networking. I love helping people work. Tie the connection, make the connections, if you will. I pride myself on that. So if it doesn't work for us, if I can help you find something else, I will. but we're also very open and honest with some small businesses that come and we're like, hey, we're not going to save your business in one post either, right? Like, we have an incredible reach and an incredible community, but like, I've been there. We're a small business and we are a startup. I totally get it. Your money is valuable. And so we have those conversations too of like, hey, I think your money can be spent better elsewhere, or like, you just feel bad they don't have a budget and you're just so it's navigating all of those as a businesswoman. It is hard, and being a small business owner, I'm like, I've been there, and I think they genuinely know, like, I have been there and I get it, and so we will do what we can, but if it's not a fit, I'm also going to tell you, like, let's not waste time.
So that sounds like a stressful part of the job. What's like the most exciting part for you? What do you love about what you do, or one of the most?
I think, like I said, it's all positive. It's mostly positive, right? So the fact that what I love most, when you're like, this was a lifesaver.
Yeah.
When people say that to us. The second thing I'd say is a couple years ago, we started doing in-person events. We call it Stroller Roll. That's our event series. And this year we've had 2 events. We have another one on September 27th, if you want to come out. But we
Weatherboys can make an appearance.
There you go.
We
please.
could do it.
But we've had 2 events already, and at each one, well over 5,000 people have come.
What?
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wait, so you got like businesses there? Like
we opened it up to primarily it's our clients and our partners. So it's an opportunity, so much of what we do is online. So it's for them as well. So it's like, hey, come offline. Let's meet everyone in person. It's always free. Everything we do is free. So like people come out, but our partners come out too. Like at the last one, Priority Health came out and they distributed, I don't know, a ton. I don't even know the number, but free diapers and free wipes. We'll have Gardner White is sponsoring free kids helmets for biking and scooting, whatever. Even Ray's Ice Cream will come out with free ice cream. Like everyone shows up for Little Guide, and I'm so grateful for that because it just makes an incredible event. But yeah, people come in droves, and we are so grateful for that. And that just shows like, a lot of times when you're working online, you're behind the scenes.
Sure,
you're just typing away on your computer. You're
in a vacuum.
Yes. You're putting information out. You're like, I have no clue if anyone's seeing this. But then when they show up in droves, you're like, we are reaching people.
Well, yeah, numbers online. If you have a post that has 500 likes, it's different than 500 people in a room, right?
Yeah.
500 might feel small in one, but not another, although 5,000 is quite big on either metric, one would say. So.
Yeah. So that's fun where you can see like the fruits of your labor, which, you see the numbers all day long. And unfortunately, you start to get real obsessed with the numbers.
Sure.
But numbers will never beat seeing people in person and them coming up and be like, I love Little Guide. Thank you. We use it every day. A lot of people say this is my Bible. Like it's that is so... That is the best part by far.
I think the book of Little Guide comes after John.
Right, in short.
That's what it was. Yeah. You guys do not claim to be child psychiatrists. You're not Dr. Becky. You're not Mel Robbins. But people do tend to look at you as experts of kids. Do you have any advice for parents? Do you have anything that you're like, this is what I've learned through building this business, this website, these people, this community?
Gosh, I would love to lay down some knowledge right now, but I am just in it with everyone else, and we're just all trying our best. As I said earlier, like I'm not killing it, but I try very hard my kids know they are loved, and that to me is a win. But I think for us, what the success for us is we do, and this sounds like a shameless plug for Little Guide, but it's true, like getting out of the house. We have to. If they're home, whether it's a summer or the weekend, if by 10 o'clock we are not out of that house, it just goes downhill real fast.
It's the long streets.
It's wild.
Isn't it?
Like everything is just becomes such high stakes.
Yeah.
And every little thing turns into a meltdown, man.
Yeah. My mom's always like, wow, you guys do too much. You're always on the go. It's like, no, it's way easier.
It's so much easier.
It's actually easier to pack 3 kids into a minivan and go to a park than it is to sit at home and navigate that alone.
Now, how do you get them to agree on the spot? Or is it mommy's choice and you're just coming along, or what?
It tends to be mommy's choice.
Yeah.
a lot of times it's, for work and they just get in and
Sure.
it's a tough life they lead here, going to all the things that
How
mom's
dare you
work
drag
has.
them to
I
the
know.
stroller roll, you monster.
Goodness. They honestly, it's so funny. Here's a little story. My daughter, at the last roller roll, we partner with Fairy Tale Entertainment. It's a great place, and not only a great place, but they have great characters. So they are always our characters at the events. Anyways, my daughter, they come and they are. I have them positioned at the end of the event because everyone will go towards them, So, but we have to get them to the end of the event, and people come. Our event started at 9, but like 8:30, it's like packed already. So, anyways, we have to navigate. We have to usher them to the end. My daughter, I have a video. I finally stepped aside and took a video. My daughter is just walking behind Elsa and Anna, like she owns the place. Like Elsa,
Hey, everybody.
Anna, Lainey. Like it's just like boom,
I'm
boom.
with
She
them.
is. Yeah, she's. So then we go to a movie in the park, and there's Moana's there. Lainey just walks right past the line.
Oh,
Couldn't
yeah.
care less about it. She's like, no, I know these people.
Yeah, Mom runs this joint.
I've
These
seen
are my
her
people.
on
I'm
TV.
like, not my event, honey.
Yeah.
We can't just skip the event. I'm like, nope, there's a line. And she's like, no, I know Moana.
Sure, right.
I could see that's going to be the plot of Frozen 3.
Yeah, there we go.
Lainey will be one of the main characters.
She should be.
We got to start wrapping this up. I do have to apologize, Kerry. We did you dirty here.
Ooh.
Because I don't think you would claim to be a tall woman.
No.
But we really did you dirty with this shot, and I want to apologize
fine.
because
I'm
we
too.
should have a little.
There you go.
I
Well,
framed you a
the
little
important
better.
thing is we got the last minute. It's right.
This is
And
good.
now there
we're
we
good.
go.
I have a lower body
Yeah.
somewhere.
So maybe we don't know that. Yeah.
No, there's no telling.
Kerry Doman from Little Guy Detroit. Tell everybody where they can go if they don't know the website. We've said it 100 times, but
Yeah.
let them know exactly where it is.
littleguidedetroit.com. We also have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Join our newsletter. We have it all. You can find us very easily. But yeah, we hope you will either sign up for our newsletter or start following us somewhere.
Dumb question I'm going to ask anyways. Do you
Love
post
it.
the same thing on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, or do you make them specifically for each?
Oh, that's
Social
not
media.
a dumb question. I wish we had the capacity to do specific, but
Sure.
no, that's not true. We do, Facebook is more consistent. We do a couple posts a day on Facebook. Instagram, we will share everything from Instagram to Facebook.
Okay.
And TikTok, we will share our reels, and then sometimes TikTok, they have their own what goes off on TikTok.
Sure,
So
yeah.
sometimes we do our own stuff on there. But yeah, I would love to have more capacity to explore all the options.
Can't wait for the
individually.
next one so you can add a fourth to it.
Yeah.
The next new social media, whichever one that'll be.
I can't. I personally, this is the admission. I don't have TikTok. I have an amazing team that
Sure.
runs our
Yeah.
TikTok, and so I hope they're
Can
doing
we
a
meet
great
them?
job. Yeah.
Because we have a hard time keeping up on TikTok too, and we try so hard.
It's all Derek. You do great, sir. I'm lagging
Good.
behind.
Yeah, I can't. I can only do so much.
It is interesting how that has become a marketing tool like none other though. I mean, if you want to, I remember talking to somebody in the TV industry and we said, how do we grow this Weatherboys thing? And they said, post every day.
I know.
And it's like, man, I don't have the time to do
It's
that.
hard,
How do you
yeah.
make the content? How do you go check out the place, write the article, explain what's good about it, what's bad about it, the parking lot, the bathrooms, and then still have time to post?
But then they change it. Like Instagram, we used to do the photo carousels all the time
Sure.
of like, here's a new park, here are all the shots. They do not reward that anymore. Very, very like infrequently will we post a carousel. But that used to be a major part of our daily posting. So it's just trying to keep up with it. It's exhausting and it's hard. And like I said, I wish we had more capacity to really dive deep into it. And so if anyone's an expert, come help both of us.
Sure.
Yeah, reach out.
yeah.
Go to Little Guy Detroit and click the contact us part.
Yeah.
And get in touch with Kerry.
Yeah.
Just like that. All right, Kerry, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for being part of the Weatherboys podcast. Thanks for making us feel better as parents.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
I just want to know I'm not the only one who sucks.
Yeah.
That's really
Right.
all I want.
That's it.
I'm right there with you. I will fully admit that.
Alan, I will reward you with telling you what I did.
Right now, in this moment. Is this true? Okay, let's find out.
Some very important stuff. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into the Weatherboys podcast. You can follow all of our content on YouTube, on Spotify, and of course on the Fox Local app where the entire Weatherboys library is listed right there. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.